Why is this video being choppy?
Very like,
It's delayed.
ooh. You're ridiculous, you know that?
You're more ridiculous. You know what's not ridiculous? My glasses.
Yes, because they...
No, they're not even dark yet. Transformers, glasses in disguise. What happened this past week? With power outage.
Power outage, that was rather interesting, although it kind of sucked, because I just studied the whole time.
No, it was really fun, though. And
I know, well, that's true.
People really didn't take advantage of it, because I thought we could have played a bunch of board games by candlelight, but Julie and Joe and I went out to Double T.
Yes. And Rick and Sam and Eric and I and Brendan all went and wandered around sus in the basement because it was dark.
And then we all went out walking outside.
Yes, the kind of drizzly rain.
And we met Sam's dad.
Yes. You've never met Sam's dad?
No.
Really?
Well, yes, I've now met him. Passover ended.
Yes.
Yes,
the
I'm
matzah
eating bread
challenge,
again.
all of that.
Still haven't uploaded that yet.
You haven't uploaded it. You need to put that up.
I have a jar of pickle juice in my room because I don't want to get rid of it. I'm going to drink it eventually. I just have it. Just pickle vinegar. Like, I got my friend Brendan to drink the pickle vinegar. But then the next day I bought another jar of pickles and then I still have it in my fridge, but it's my roommate's fridge and she keeps asking me what I'm going to do with it. And I'm just like, I have a plan. So, what can I do with a jar of pickle vinegar to freak out my roommate? Like, what can I put in it to, like,
I need to steal ideas from that guy. What can you do with a pickle jar?
Can you do with a pickle jar? I'll take, like, cauliflower and I'll cut it in half so it looks like little mini brains. And then I'll, like, suspend
That's a really good idea.
in the pickle vinegar.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
And then she'll be like, Lena, when are you going to drink that? I'll just be like,
brains.
It's not for drinking. Pickles are amazing, though. I love pickles.
Do you?
Yeah, like everything about pickles. Like, cucumbers that are soaked in vinegar are called
pickles.
And, like, that cartoon in the Washington Post about the old couple and their grandson is called
pickles.
And the protagonist in Rugrats is named Tommy.
Pickles.
And Peter Piper picked a pick of pickled...
See, you can't even say it.
Peter Piper picked a peck of
pickled peppers.
Peppers, not pickles. Pickled peppers. Because pickled pickles would be redundant.
The Pinocchio paradox?
Pinocchio paradox.
My nose will grow now. If he lies, it will grow. But if he grows, he's telling the truth, so he's not lying. What happens?
A paradox.
So, kind of a random thing about you. I keep randomly just, like, crossing paths with your roommate.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of odd. It's like, I just walk and it's like, hey, that's Jasmine. And I'm like, I don't know, for whatever reason, after talking to you, the phrase, "ch crazy," comes to my head every time she walks by.
You should be like, hey girl, what's up? I can do that. I can do that.
You're taking my line. She says this every time. I say I can do that a lot.
And then I have to
And then she has to respond with musicals because this is Lena.
Everything Colin says is a line from a song and he doesn't know it. Like, you said something earlier today and I thought of Last 5 Years. I thought of a Last 5 Years lyric line.
Do you really?
Yes. And I know how you love Sherry Renee Scott, so...
She sings well.
This week is Tech Week for Metamorphosis.
Yes, we don't see her at all.
Metamorphoses. Oh, Emily. In my costumes class, we were learning about Greek costumes and how women didn't wear togas, and especially did not wear them. It's just what guys wore. Like, the only people that were allowed to wear togas were citizens of Rome, so, like, high, economically stable men. So, like, even, like, peasants couldn't wear them. So, like, women definitely couldn't wear them because women were definitely not citizens of Rome. The only women that were allowed to wear togas were Amazonian women, and they would chop off their right breast for some reason, and then they could wear togas.
Why?
I don't know.
You should totally do that.
Chop off my right breast the second I get breast cancer. Oh. That episode of The L Word where what's-her-face gets breast cancer and then dies. L Word is a show about lesbians. Oh, we're gonna have an anime party this Friday.
Yeah.
For the sole purpose of getting two of our friends to flirt with each other.
Did anyone just see the guy walk back here?
We're going to start a D&D session headed by
I'm running a D&D session. I still haven't written the campaign yet. Pippin. It wasn't intentionally inspired by Pippin.
You saw Pippin, and then I get back from the cast party, and they're like, oh my god, Colin has this great idea of a campaign. They explained it to me, and I was just like, Pippin.
It wasn't intentional, but now that you mentioned it, yeah, it pretty much is Pippin.
Yeah.
After the prince is flamboyant. Well, actually, your prince was flamboyant.
Pippin is like the gayest character.
That's true.
In musical theater history.
He's played as being very straight.
Yes and no.
Well, okay, fair enough.
Okay,
depends on the adaptation.
Question. Sean McComas played Pippin. How gay is Sean McComas? They will answer. Right, but I'm not asking questions. This isn't like a question. This is just like, if we need to ask a question. Funnel cake story. So, at like 6, I call Colin and I'm just like, let's go get some funnel cake, because there was a carnival on campus that I missed because I had rehearsal all weekend. There's this carnival, they had funnel cake, and everyone was just like, I just go for the funnel cake. So I was just like, let's go get funnel cake. Yeah. Right? And then at like 6:20, you respond with, I cannot want not funnel cake.
Which is not grammatically correct, I'm aware. Which is the idea was just to have the correct number of negatives.
Right. Like, I cannot not want not funnel cake would be correct. 6:30, I run over to his room, we're like, let's go! And then apparently the carnival closed at 7 and they had already shut down and there was no funnel cake to get, because I spent 10 minutes trying to figure out if your sentence was actually correct, if you were trying to say I want funnel cake or I don't want funnel cake. And by the time I concluded that yes, you indeed did want funnel cake, there was no funnel cake to get.
So all you have to do is count the number of negatives, and if the number of negatives is even, it's double negative. It's like powers of 2. If there are 8 negatives, it's 2 to the third, which is 3 double negatives. So, right? So that means a double negative plus a double negative plus a double negative is just another double negative, right? A giant double negative. This is how you figure it out. I mean, it's all math. See, she doesn't like math.
No, I like it. No, it made sense to me. I like logic.
That's okay. Well, that's a logic. That's in logic terms. Discrete math does really mess up things to my head, because it's like I come up with these solutions for things, and it's like I'm just gonna pull powers and logs out of my ass right now.
You're first. Colin's gonna pull logs out of his ass.
That wasn't a double entendre. I don't know what it was.
That's a double entendre, Veronica. That's a double entendre. There we go. Starts with F and ends with UCK.
Fire truck.